A little late, but I gotta tell you, I have never, I have never heard such news that made me laugh a little bit and concerned is something I really don't give a shit about either way. This whole Keanu Reeves being cast as Shadow news, I'm not gonna lie, this tickled me in all the right places because I remember when the second one ended, I had never saw either of them. I was not interested. I was like, fuck it, if you like it, go with God. I'm not too big of a Sonic fan, even though I like the series or franchise, but I remember when that second movie dropped and we had that. I can't remember if it was a post-credit scene or just like the ending before the credits that we saw Shadow. Which, by the way, I was fanboying the fuck out. That's like my favorite character in the Sonic series, or whatever. But there was this thing going on. It was kind of like fake news. Basically, they were saying Keanu had already been cast as Shadow, and I didn't. I still don't know if that was true back then or not, or it was actually fake news. But I'm like, sign me the fuck up. I want this. Pump that shit in my veins. Because I've seen Keanu Reeves play an asshole in the Constantine movie. He did okay. Um, or was I? Oh yeah, yeah. But I do find it funny though for him to be cast as this because like this is the equivalent of like casting a black person as a ginger. The only difference is I find this amusing because unlike in that situation, Keanu Reeves, much like Shadow the Hedgehog, has suffered trauma. Like the other difference is like this is like casting one person who is accused of being soulless, and on the other spectrum is someone who you could accuse of legitimate cultural appropriation. The difference is one I find plausible, the other one maybe, and I'll let you decide which of which. Then again, one of those groups tends to get on my nerves anyway. Um, so it's kind of funny, but I do find it weird. It is funny to me because also the memes, fucking memes. I'm like, let me get this. Let me see if I understand this correctly. We're gonna watch probably the only nice guy in Hollywood, the only one in Hollywood that any of us do not want to take a tire under the knee of, or Jason Todd the shit out of. Play probably one of the edgiest characters in a game franchise that kids enjoy, not counting Jack from Jack and Daxter. Yeah, no, I'm going to enjoy this. Like again, the memes are glorious. Like I think my friend Nas already had done a few. Like I saw, and I was like, I don't know if this is you, Nas, or someone else, but this is glorious. He's like, no, this is me. It's cringe. I'm like, no, motherfucker, this is art. This is a fucking work of fucking art as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, uh, I love it. The only downside was I remember when there were rumors going around who would voice Shadow. Keanu Reeves was coming up, and I think last year I heard maybe Christian or whatever the guy who played Darth Vader, Anakin, Hayden Christensen. I remember like showing this to my friend Dan. He's like, "Oh, that's disappointing." I was kind of hoping to be Hayden Christensen because he's kind of like a Star Wars fantard. Like, God bless him. I know, but I was like, you know what? I can kind of see why you want him. But at the same time, like, you know what? Just for the memes, this is worth it. And he's like, "Hey, you're probably right." and I just love this because again, Keanu Reeves is probably one of the nicest guys we know of in Hollywood. Also, but also he does have one thing in common with Shadow. They have one tragic of a backstory. The difference is Shadow only lost a few people, and one of them was like vaguely a friend of his who was like a sister, maybe. The other, Keanu, has a backstory that is so dark. I am surprised he is not an alcoholic and an asshole in real life. Like if he was, it would be justified. It's like Malcolm X. I've heard people say he hated white people. I'm like, no, I can see that. Here's the thing: unlike most black people today, I can see him being justified in it. Like he had to deal with some shit. He had to deal with some shit. So Keanu, I could just see Keanu like channeling that like sadness from his past and just like, oh, I feel that man, I feel that edgy, I feel it. So I don't know if I'm gonna watch this movie, but I am going to be paying attention. Oh, I might just see it for the Shadow stuff because again, I am a fucking fan of Shadow. I'm like Sonic is fucking overrated. This the Shadow, now that's where it's at. Probably doesn't hurt that I actually love the Shadow the Hedgehog game that came out on the PS2 back in the day. Like, I remember people bitching about I don't get it. I loved it. I fucking loved it. The only downside was I usually got the same fucking ending over and over. And that one time I got the ending where you kill Eggman. I never got the true ending where you see him save the fucking world. That would have been fucking awesome. But, yeah, I like Shadow. I've liked him ever since I was introduced to him on that PSP game. Not PSP, the I guess DS game, but the thing that was before the DS where you play it, where you had that robot who could copy everyone's fucking moves. Like I've always liked Shadow ever since then. I'm like, okay, I don't know what all this is because I'm not seen Sonic the Hedgehog since or no, not middle school, since like when I was a kid, I saw a few Sonic movies, like the one with Metasonic and Knuckles being a dipshit as usual, an asshole as usual, who could dig underground and shit, and had a cowboy hat for some reason. That was the last time I'd seen this stuff. Then I saw this, I'm like, where? I have so much to catch up on. Wait, what was I again? Oh, right, Shadow. I'm looking forward to this. I want this. Pump this shit into my veins. I am looking forward to this. I may even watch the movie. I am jury's still on that. I may have to flip the coin to decide that, but I am okay. I was already interested. Now it has my attention. Have a nice day. Remember the games from the start.